Hello, hello, hello. Happy Wednesday. Welcome to Stamping A to Z. Everything, oh my goodness, tongue-tied already. So it is the what is and how to of Stampin' Up. All things Stampin' Up products. I've gone through A to Z of pretty much all the products, but there's always products coming out, so there's always something new and different techniques that I find for myself or see someone else do, and it's fun to share those with you. So today I actually have a fun one. I've done something similar in the past, but this is with a different paper, and it has a surprise kind of result to it. So even though it's kind of the same technique, it does something totally new, which is fun. It's always fun to learn new things and figure out new ways to use things. So without further ado, I think I will just spin you around and we'll get started. Okay. There we go. And as you can see, oops, I need to tighten up my camera holder. My store is here and the host code for the month is here. If there's anything you ever want or need to pick up, you can always head there. Yeah, so what we're using today is the Pearlescent specialty paper. It is in the annual catalog. It has continued on or came back, whatever it is. I can't remember if it was in the old annual catalog. But it is kind of a lighter paper, but it has the beautiful sheen, which I don't know if you can see that. Let me just, sorry, I'm just trying to find it on my iPad so I can make sure that this is running. I don't know why it's not coming up for me. That is kind of strange. Hang on here. There's no notification for it. Here it is. So at least it's on there. So we're live at least. That's a good thing. Live is good. All right. Say hi if you are watching. Let me know you're here, where you're watching from. I'd love it if you share this with your friends. If you think some of them might enjoy it. The more the merrier. So this is the Pearlescent specialty paper. It comes with 2 sheets of 12 by 12 for $5.50. So not expensive at all and lots of fun. So I have my first card that I started with. I was actually playing with the, what is this one called? I wrote it down somewhere. I can't remember now. It's the Mother of Pearl paper. So it's got a really glossy finish to it. So it's really forgiving. So what we're doing today is we're playing with some rubbing alcohol and re-inkers, and we're gonna spread it around using a straw. So the fun part of it, so this is much more forgiving when you're like, you can really spread it around, you can wipe it off. You can see I've used this quite a few times for different ones. Hi, Yolande. So I'll show you what it looks like with this, and then I'll show you the difference with the Pearlescent paper. So I've done this technique before, not with these papers, but on window sheets maybe, or on a clear block, or I can't remember, but it wasn't these. Anyways, I'm gonna show you this one first, and then I'll show you the Pearlescent paper. So here I've got 2 of our new in colors, which I have never loved in colors so quickly as I do this year. And the great thing about this year is you can get all these free in colors for You can get all the in colors for free if you join my team this month till the end of May, you get the free stamp pads, free designer series paper, and free cardstock plus grid paper, all on top of everything else you get for signing up. So if you love the colors as much as I do, now's a good time to join. Hopefully I have an extra, yes I do. Okay, so to start, we're gonna just spray, I'm sorry, I'm just gonna, I find it, it's kind of overcast today, so it's a little dark. So I'm gonna spray my paper with some alcohol, and then I've got the Tahitian Tide and the Orchid Oasis. And then I'm just going to take my straw and I'm going to blow around. And then I'll blow. So you can see there's a lot of movement when we're using this mother of pearl paper. And then you can just put down just a basic white paper and you have a transfer. Now, it did pick up some of the other colors that were on there from before, but that's okay. But it's kind of a cool look, but it's just your basic white. You could do it on a shimmer white if you wanted some shimmer, but then you can take, sorry, I was just searching for my baby wipes. You can take a baby wipe and just wipe, and you might want to do better at wiping than I do, but I think when you add the alcohol, it does pick up this color. So just be careful. And my baby wipes are alcohol free. Maybe I should buy the ones with alcohol in them, seeing as I'm not wiping any bums with them. Okay, so let's set this one aside and then I'll show you the difference in a sec here. So I've got another piece of white paper. I have our Pearlescent paper, and I do find that I like, especially if you're using multiple colors, I'm going to open the caps first because A, the paper can curl a little bit, and B, it dries faster than on the glossy. So I'm just getting prepared. So I'm going to take my alcohol again. I'm going to spritz this. Add a couple drops of each again. Okay, and I'm holding the paper because otherwise it tends to curl. And then the, oops, it runs a little, so I'm just going to put my basic white again. Now the one thing I did discover is you can go back and add more alcohol if it's not spreading well. I don't think you can do it after the fact, but I don't know if you can see in the light. It doesn't show as well on this one, but the pearlescent from this paper, so I don't know if you can tell, but it's almost like it's not shiny in places now. It actually transfers onto the basic white, which is kind of cool. First, hang on. Why are my comments not coming up? Sometimes Facebook is funny. Okay, so now I have two pieces. So the benefit with doing it with the pearlescent paper is you can use the pearlescent paper, which is a nice lighter version, but still has that nice sheen, or you can use the full color and you get a bit of sheen, and I'm having troubles catching that in the light, but it's really pretty in person. So we've got kind of your options here. And if you're like me, you always know which cap goes on which re-inker. I use a 1/4 of an inch circle punch and I punch out the papers so I know quickly what's what in my re-inkers and I don't mix up the caps. So for the card, you could simply add, I love this Let's Set Sail set. It is both in the mini catalog and in the new annual. So there is no not able to get it kind of scenario, unless it's out of stock, but I don't, you know what, I haven't even checked stock in a while. I probably should do that. But there's the boat, makes it easy. So here's the final card. So this one was, oops, with just the regular glossy, the mother of pearl paper, straight on to basic white. So there's no sheen to this one, which isn't quite as fun. I don't know if you can, the sheen kind of pops when the black sailboat is on there. But that is the first simple, you could even use this one and make it super shiny, but I'd probably use it for like a flower or something that you want to really shine. Okay, so the next one, similar idea, but here we're gonna use different colors on different spots of the paper. I could just cut it up and do one at a time, but I'm just using a full piece of paper, knowing that I want splotches for 3 different colors. And the reason I know I want to use these flowers from the Happiness Abounds bundle. And so I have that's like these sized flowers that I know I want. And I want this one in the Melon Mambo, and then one in Daffodil and one in Flirty Flamingo. And then I've got some leaves wherever my stamps are that I want to stamp also. So I know that I kind of want one bigger splotch of the Melon Mambo, so maybe I'll start with that. So I'll take my alcohol. I just want to be ready, it's easier. Okay. We'll take, oops. It's good if you hit it in the right spot. It's always a bonus. And then I'll take my straw. So as I said, you can add a bit of extra spray if you want it to spread more. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my paper and I'm going to put it down so that I have a blotch. Well, that didn't blotch as well as I would have liked it, but that's okay. Now I've got spray everywhere, which isn't great, but that's okay. So then I need my Daffodil Delight, or maybe I'll do Flirty Flamingo. I keep missing the paper. I don't know what's wrong with my aim today. Okay, and then we'll put that here. And then we will do some daffodil. So you can see how it rolls, if that's why I was holding it before. Stop it from curling so much. Okay, and then we'll put the yellow one here. And then we'll do some green at that bottom here. I really can't aim this thing today. Okay, one there, and it's rolling, so I'm gonna pick it up. Okay, whoopsie, it looks like I dipped it in the ink there. Okay, so I don't know if you can see that this time, but there is blotches of pearlescence on the paper, and then you've got this beautiful one. So let me just wipe this. I don't know if it's color or what it is. Just spray probably. Okay, and then we can choose actually whether we want to use the pearlescent paper, which has a nice soft subdued look, or if we want to use the main paper. So we can just kind of play with it and see. Move camera down a smidge. I don't know why your comments weren't coming up, Yolanda. Like you want it down. What do you mean by down? Oh, you mean this way. That, am I too far down? Sorry, working off the camera. Is that better? All right. Sorry. I was intensely, that's probably because I was holding it close to me because I don't want to put my head in the camera. So maybe I should raise the camera higher and then it'd be easier. Anyways, so here I have my melon mambo, and this is the flower I said I wanted the bigger blotch for. And I'm just gonna stamp it. And I'm gonna stamp it on both, and then I'm gonna decide which one I want to use. I think actually I want to use this one because it does, I mean, it's kind of the point of this whole thing is that the pearl transfers onto the basic white. So you have kind of some sheen, some not sheen. It's kind of cool. So then we have our Flirty Flamingo, and we'll put that there. And then we've got our Daffodil Delight. Oh. See, that's funny. Yolanda keeps telling me you're gone, and then the comments don't show, and then you come back, and I don't know what's going on. Funny stuff happening. Hopefully you're able to watch. Hopefully it's... Oh, that's weird. My phone says you're there, and my iPad... Oh, now it says you're there. I don't know. Weird. Weird things. You've been here continuously. That is so weird. It's like coming and going on my iPad. And that's why it's showing me comments sporadically too. Technology. Okay, so I've got all my pieces and parts, and I did not do the magic of the camera to piece it together, but I did do the magic of already made the card. So the nice thing with this Happiness Abound set is it has the die cuts for all the different flowers and even the leaves. So no fussy cutting here. These are all just die cuts. And then this little piece is this strip here. And you might recognize this card because I cased it from the front page of the annual catalog. I mean, it's my version of it, of course. They use the designer series paper for the flowers, but in general, I pretty much cased it. And yeah, so you kind of get that. I think this one will be even better with the variation in the flowers, but it's just a fun technique to give you a different look. Okay, next one. This is the wow. This is the wow card. So be prepared. I have to be prepared because I have 4 colors that I'm going to do all at once, which I had a little troubles before. So like I said, I had to spray it a couple times because it was drying up on me. So I have to make sure I have all my colors ready. Okay, and so here I've got, so these are all in colors. It's Starry Sky, which is the darker one before we used the Orchid Oasis, the Tahitian Tide, which we already used, the Parakeet Party, and Sweet Sorbet. So we've got those 4 colors. Oh my goodness, I'm dropping things everywhere. Okay, and then I've got, let me just clean my straw because I think I dipped it in the green somehow, or it's like it got sucked up in the straw instead of out. Okay, spray, holding. Hopefully I'm in the camera. You know what? I'm going to move this down, but I'm also going to move my camera down so that you're with me. Prepared to be amazed. Yes. Okay, seriously, I can see the comments on my phone, but not on here. Okay, I want to go this way. I'm going to spray. Ugh. Come on, something's wrong with my eyes. Or my brain. Something. Anyways, okay, so I'm going to do 2 here. Ooh, I got some on my 2 there. This is a messy one. And 2 here. Okay, so you can already see it's kind of drying on me. So I might have to spray it. Yeah, I'm gonna have to. It's too dry. I should almost do 1 color at a time. Come on. Why isn't there any alcohol? Oops. I just sprayed my whole book. Okay, that go away. Ah! I'm not very good at this. Okay, I need more. I'm probably still holding it away from the camera because... Well, there we go. Not into the green. Oh, what a mess. Okay, I just want this to bleed off the side a little bit more here. That was way too much orchid. We need some more Tahitian. Okay, we're gonna go with it. That's a whole lot of ink, way more than I used the last time. I've got my cardstock. I probably should have, you know what? I should have sprayed it again before to put it down because it would have kind of spread better. This is not a good day to wear a white sweatshirt. I have blue spray all over my sweatshirt. It's gonna be the new tie-dye. Luckily, it's an older sweatshirt, but still, it's white. How silly was I? You know what? I didn't have a plan this morning when I created these, so I didn't plan what I was wearing. Before I knew what I was doing, so probably not the smartest thing to do. But I did it. Okay, so it's not as nice. If they're a little bit more separated, the green obviously didn't show up very well, but it shows up well here. So, are you ready? So I've used in this card, I used, this is, oh, hang on, hold the phone. I'm jumping the gun. I'm not going to show it to you yet. Haha, that was just a teaser. Okay, so this is still a little bit wet. I'm going to take this embossing folder, which is from the Thanks and Hello embossing folder. It was in last year's annual catalog, I believe, and it's again in this year's. It's a great one to have. Now, I want the thanks because English and maybe merci, but all the other languages, and there's a thank you as well, aren't. So I'm going to put it higher. Put it towards the top anyways. So I want to make sure my thanks and thank you are on here. And then I'm going to take my machine. I need the bigger one because my piece of paper is bigger and I have to go sideways. Otherwise, this embossing folder fits in the mini machine. So if you only have the mini, you can make it work as long as your paper is the right size. Right now, it's the paper that's the hindrance, not the embossing folder. So playing with your, oh, you were thinking, yeah, well, it's a good time to play. So you can't, I don't know, you can see the words, but you can't really see it that well. So then what I did, if I can find it, I took my Whisper White pigment ink. Now you could do this with a blender brush or sponge dauber, but it kind of makes a mess of those things, and I don't really I don't have a designated blender brush right now, so I'm just gonna kind of swipe it where I want to highlight, and then it really makes those words pop even more. So now you can see all those nice words, and you can see the kind of shimmery stuff. So now back to what I was saying before. I used both pieces in this card, and it was inspired. I forgot to write down the name of the, you're already amazed, but I'm not done. Okay, ta-da! So I have the background, but then I took this part and I cut it out with the teacup dies, and this was painful for me. Those who know me know that I'm not the most patient person in the world, and I took each and every part and I puzzled it back together to make this, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like, because it's the pearlescent paper, it's like this whole shimmery kind of teacup. So you've got the shimmer in the background, the fun background, and then you've got the teacup as well. And then I use, this is the new ribbon. They have them in all the different in color colors, so that's fun. But yeah, isn't that a fun card? So even though this one's not as bright with the nice bright green, that's okay. It'll just be, I might not use the teacup, or I might use the darker part of the teacup or something. I don't think I'm gonna piece together another teacup though. That was a lot of work. So let me show you again the 3 fun cards. So here's the wow. We'll start with the wow, then the somewhat wow, then the simple but still pretty. Now I'm too high. Oh, I can't win. It's like I want to be away from the camera or something. So, ta-da! So super fun, but super messy. I dropped an ink like kind of right on my, and I tried to wipe it right away, but it looked like I was bleeding for a bit. So be forewarned, if you don't want funny looking hands, you might want to wear gloves. It'll be gone by the end of the day. By the time you've washed your hands a few times, it'll be gone. But yeah, so hopefully you enjoyed today's Stamping A to Z. Like I said, if you love these in colors as much as I do, take advantage of joining. There's no hidden strings anywhere. You can just join for the discount. Get all those nice free stuff. It's always nice to get a discount, but you can also take it on as a job too, a side gig, just for fun. It gives me permission to play with all my crafts all the time, so I think I'm pretty lucky in that sense. I'm pretty grateful for being able to do this as my, I wouldn't call it, well, no, I have to call it a job. Yes, I will call you. All right. Take care, everyone. We will see you next week. Bye.